Hello and welcome to another episode of What's Inside. Today we're looking at some Justice League minifigures. These are from Mighty Minis line. These are the Justice League Action Series 1 Mighty Minis minifigures. These are blind bags, as you can see. So we don't know who we're getting until we open them. It doesn't say how many there are in the set as far as I could tell. I'm guessing that based on the cover image, there's probably 8 of them. There might be more. These are for 4 and up because there are very small parts. So these are a little bigger than Lego figures. So there is that. So let's open these up. I'm going to use scissors because these blind bags are sealed pretty well. Don't use scissors unless you're a responsible adult or you get permission to use scissors. So let's see what these look like. Yeah. Cut both of these open real quick so we can just get right in. These are put out by Mattel, and each of them are individually serialized so they know what figure was in what bag, I think, at the headquarters. Okay, so we do have an instruction sheet here. Telling you how you can interchange the pieces mostly. And then over here, it's got Series 1 and Series 2 pictured. So there are 8 figures in Series 1, and there's 8 figures in Series 2. So your chances on this one are Batman, Superman, Shadow Mission Robin, The Flash, Stealth Shot Batman, Blue Beetle, Firestorm, and Lex Luthor. And it looks like Series 2 has a couple different figures, like Wonder Woman and Green Arrow and the Atom are in there. So I might have to try and find some Series 2. But Series 1's got some good figures. It's mostly Batman, Superman stuff, of course. But Blue Beetle is an interesting one, and Firestorm. Flash I get, but Blue Beetle and Firestorm are a little bit more obscure that the average non-comic person probably don't know. So let's see what we've got here. Alright, we got Robin. Alright, and like a lot of the Mighty Mini type figures from Mattel, the cape is a little weakly designed, and it's got a little peg. This peg could be broken, so you gotta watch that. But the peg goes in the back to keep it in place. So you just have to push on it a little bit and it'll snap right in. The legs are one piece, they do not bend, and there's a peg on them that goes into the bottom of the torso, of course. And then you've got both arms. So it snaps together pretty easily. Takes a little bit of effort sometimes. The head turns, which is nice. Does not come off, so don't pop it off. But they don't really do much. The arms go up and down. That's about it. And this one is the Shadow Mission Robin, so he's slightly translucent. You can see it mostly on the cape, but the legs and arms are slightly translucent as well. The torso not so much, and same with the thigh and groin area. And the head, they are not translucent. But let's take a look at the other figure we got and see what we've got there. First off, we've got our fold out again. Oh, we got Batman. Cool. And his head's backwards. That's not good. Alright, we have opened some other figures along the same lines. They were Mighty Minis, some Batman ones. These I think are slightly better quality actually. The arms are a little, the notch here that goes into the body is a little thicker I think. A little less likely to pop out. So yeah, I don't like these build your own figures. I think they're usually pretty cheaply made. Like here on Batman's arm there's a piece of like a dent in it where some of the paints come off. But these are actually a little nicer I think. A little better constructed. They don't just flop apart. Their arms don't flop up and down. These would make really cool display pieces. And if you have a kid that's into like micro machines or something, the capes are still garbage. Then these might be kind of cool for them. I think they have little sets for these, but I'm not sure. I would be surprised if there were not vehicles for them. I'm a little disappointed that the legs don't move, but what do you want for like $3? Yeah, the capes are garbage. They come off real easily, and the paint on here is scuffed up just from being in the package. So they do scratch up fairly easy, but they would be pretty cool for display. They're about the size of the old Muscle Men. Yeah, they're not real big at all. Doesn't say how big they are. I don't have anything to measure them with. I should probably get one, a ruler or something. But they're not real big, and so it's a cool little toy. If you get a couple of these while you're on like a road trip or something, it'll shut your kid up and give them something to play with that they can carry around in their pocket. The parts are interchangeable. I'd be a little worried about losing pieces, especially the cape. The arms are a lot more stable on these than they were on the other ones, so I'm not as worried about that. They're not as loose. That's really about all I got. I mean, there's not much to them. There's holes in their hands for them to hold stuff, but they don't. None of them have accessories from the look of it, so that's kind of pointless. If they were more like the Star Wars toys that had the like open hands, it would make a little more sense. So you could have them slide down rope or something. But these are closed fist circle, so I don't know what they were thinking with that. If they're not going to give them a weapon accessory. But these go for about $3, at least they are in the stores. If you buy them on the secondary market, who knows? And since you don't know what you're getting, if you're looking for a specific character, buying them online might be a little pricier. There's only 8 figures in each set. I'll try and find some Series 2 ones, but so far I like these better than the Batman ones. They're a little less gaudy. They look more like the characters on the shows, whereas like the gold ones look kind of stupid. Lex Luthor looks to be about the dumbest looking one in the group, but that's okay because he's the villain. But overall, these are pretty decent toys. I think they'll hold up okay if you just put them on display, or if they're played with. They're a little wobbly, and they do come apart intentionally, so I think they'll break after even moderate use. But if you're on a road trip or something and need a couple toys to keep the kid quiet, might be okay. I think a 7 or 8 year old would be okay with these if you bought them 3 or 4 packs. But you'd have to buy several blind bags to make sure, since there are only 8 figures, that they're not getting duplicates. And that way, if they do have a duplicate, it's extra pieces if you lose one. So I would probably pick up 3 or 4 of these just to keep a kid quiet on a long road trip. Then they can play in the back quietly and not have to have the seatbelt off or anything like that. They're small enough they can have a little battle in their lap. But that's about all I got on these. These are Series 1 Justice League Action Mighty Minis, put out by DC and Mattel, ages 4 and up. I'm actually fairly impressed. I don't know if they're worth $3, but I'd probably buy them. I'm a lot more impressed with these than I was with the Batman ones. Definitely worth looking into if you just need some impulse purchase to keep the kid quiet, or if you're an adult that's a big fanatic of DC stuff. So yeah, they're small enough you could get a bunch of them in a little diorama or something. So there's always that. But that'll do it for this episode. As always, thank you for watching and supporting the channel, and we hope to see you on the next episode of What's Inside.